Okay, so this is a brief tutorial on how to set up your customers to access iPol. What I'm going to do is log in first as an administrator, show you how to set up the customer accounts. And then we'll actually log in under the profile we've created. In this case, we're going to create a profile for Little Potato Company, and you'll be able to see what they see and do what they can do and what they can't do. This will be hosted on the dev site for testing. I would encourage you to test it thoroughly. Let us know if we've missed a spot or there are some capabilities that we need to enable that we haven't. But we believe the filters are working properly now, so the next step is bringing your customers online. So I'm logging in as the administrator to the system. Okay, again, we're presented with the item master list. So the first thing that you need to do is set up a system account for your customer. So we'll go to System, System Users, and we're going to add a user. Okay, one thing I want to point out, you'll notice the groups. We do have customer groups now, okay, enabled. So I'm going to add a user and I'm going to add them to the customer group. Now the group controls the security in the system, so it's very important that your customers belong to this group. So we'll add a user. I'm going to call it LPC. I'm going to give it a password of 1234. I'm going to assign it to the customer group. I'm going to assign a supplier ID. Now all of your customers are in the system as suppliers as well as customers, but the supplier ID is what actually filters the item master list. So you're going to want to set this to the correct account. So if I go to Little, select that. Another feature that you currently aren't using, but you probably should, is set their warehouse, default warehouse to Arctic DC. This way, when they log in, they automatically go into the Arctic DC warehouse. So I'm going to save this. Now the trick in order to use orders is customer records have to be assigned a supplier ID that matches those customers that they're going to ship to and bill to. Okay, so in this case, what we've done is we've set up the customer list so you can see who the supplier is. Okay, you'll notice that for lack of better understanding, I don't know who Little Potato Company customers are, but I set up a BOTIS company to Little Potato Company. So again, if you notice on this list that COD Fresh ships to the same company that Little Potato will ship to, these company or these customer records cannot be shared between suppliers. So you would have to set up a separate company or a separate customer record for the Little Potato Company. For instance, if Anwa was shipped to by COD Fresh and also a customer of Little Potato Company, you would need a separate customer record for Anwa to assign it to the Little Potato Company. So right now we have one customer set up for Little Potato Company. Okay, so again, let's take a look at that profile. We go to System Users and we look at the LPC profile. You can see that he's assigned to the customer. The supplier ID is a Little Potato Company, and the warehouse is Arctic DC. So it immediately defaults to that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out. I'm going to log in under LPC. Okay, they immediately go to the supplier list, okay, I mean the item master list, and you'll notice that it's automatically filtered. They can't change the supplier. This is all they can see is their product. Okay, so if we go through the menus, you'll notice that they have. We basically have restricted them from issuing stock, creating purchase orders, moving stock in the warehouse, all of that. Basically, what they can do in the system as it stands today on the dev site is they can create orders, they can view product, they can run reports. So if I go into their order list and I go to shipping orders, you'll see that I've already created 2 orders for LPC. So I'm going to create a new one. Okay, it automatically defaults to the warehouse. It automatically defaults to their being the supplier for the order. And the ship to and the bill to are also filtered that way. So again, if you refer to the previous, not the previous demo, but the previous, what we just went through setting up the boat sys, so they're a customer of Little Potato Company. So they basically have to do the same thing that you guys do. So they would, select the pickup dates. They got the supplier. Shipping orders are automatically assigned, and then they save it. Okay. So if we go into the line items now, they can create their own shipping orders. So basically, they have the same view you do. So they can go in here. Okay, they can choose these. They can pick by the lot. They can save it. The one big difference is they can't edit it. Okay, so they don't have the ability to edit the order. I'm sorry, not edit it, but they don't have the ability to issue the order. Inventory reports, audit trail report. Again, there's nothing in the audit trail under their IDs, so nothing's showing right now. We may have to tweak these a little bit. I'd like you to take a look at the reports, tell us which reports you want to give them access to and which reports you don't. I would imagine that the daily inventory reports, pallet counts, all of that, you'd want to give them access to. Okay, you'll notice that the daily inventory report is already filtered by Little Potato Company. That's it in a nutshell. It's out there on dev. We encourage you to test it. There are a number of changes that we'll have to move into the live site in order to enable this. I would recommend you choose one customer to begin with, just to make sure that there aren't any bugs in the system, and we can work it. If there are, then we can work them out without being under, onslaught of pressure to figure out for 20 customers instead of one. But it's there for you to use and play with, and let us know how things are working for you. Anyways, I'm going to close this demo now. I'll zip it up and we'll post it on YouTube, and we'll get a link out to you there shortly. Have a good day.